guys, thanks for tuning in to today's tech tip. My name is Fred, and we're going to get started on talking about how to get as required to show up in your quantity column rather than a quantity of 1. Just for some background, sometimes we have models that need an estimated amount of parts or an amount of fluids. So a lot of people would fill this in with quote as required unquote, or simply A/R in the quantity column. This may become a bit cumbersome if you have a lot of parts. If you have a bill of materials that's 100 parts long, you're not going to manually want to build your quantity column. So what we have here is how to do it automatically for parts that require an as required in the quantity column. Here I have a simplified example. I created a glass of water with ice cubes in it. It's easy to count the cubes and the glass, but perhaps you don't want to estimate the amount of ounces of water, or maybe it just doesn't really matter in this case. Just fill it to wherever you want. A similar example would be an instruction to lubricate the chain until it's coated. You don't have to want to measure out the amount of ounces of lubricant, just make it coated. But you want the lubricant on your bill of materials. To get started, we're going to need to start at the dummy part. In this case, the water is what we aren't concerned about, at least its size or its volume, anything along those lines. It's just that it needs to have water in the glass. Let's go into its custom properties and add a property. Today we'll call it A/R, but you can make it whatever you'd like. I've seen people use amount here instead of A/R just to make it a little bit easier to read. For its value, we're going to also enter A/R, save the part, and go back to your drawing. Transitioning back to the drawing here, we've created a new sheet just to make it a bit easier to start over. First, we're going to bring in the model. We're just going to bring in an isometric view just to make it nice and easy. I'm just going to turn on shaded view so it looks a little bit better. And then we're going to go up to annotation. We're going to insert a standard bill of materials. We're just going to use the default today because I don't feel like customizing an entire bill of materials right now, and this is a very simple example, so we're just going to hit the check mark. We're going to go ahead and place down the bill of materials, and we're going to start creating the fake column for quantity. You can see here that it has a quantity of 1. We don't want that. So we're going to hide the column of description just to clean this up a little bit and make it a little easier to work with. Insert a column to the right. First, we're going to insert a custom property. We're going to insert a custom property that we created, which is A/R. So it's going to pull that in for anything that has that value. It will fill that row. We're going to insert another column, and this time we're going to put in an equation, and we're going to make kind of a fake quantity column here. I recommend using the builder here for the equation builder, as it tends to make things a little bit easier. One thing that's very, very important in this, you got to be careful with your symbols if you're going to be building this by yourself without the equation builder. Columns are denoted by backticks, not apostrophes. So make sure that you're using those if you're going to be building it by hand rather than using the equation builder. But like I said, I recommend using the equation builder for this. We're going to start off by using the drop down for functions. We're going to make it's an if statement, which is the only one. And we're going to throw in custom properties. If the A/R equals, we're going to start typing here, equals, quote A/R, unquote, semicolon, A/R, also in quotes, semicolon, and just use the column drop down to put quantity. Then you can hit the check mark and it should fill out the whole column for you. And now you have your fake column of a quantity. So we're just going to rename this QTY with a period. And we're going to hide our 2 building rows or columns. And we should be good from there. I have this final page here on the bottom as well to show you how the equation is built in case you're curious if you couldn't read it or I went a little bit too fast. If you don't know how the if statement works, basically it's if this first column equals the value in that column, and in this case we want the value to be A/R, so as long as it says A/R, then it will display the text as A/R, otherwise it will do the quantity column's value. And that is how you put A/R into your bill of materials Like I said, my name is Fred. Thank you for watching today's CAD Dimensions tech tip, and we hope to see you again soon. Thanks!
Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and our blog for more great content by clicking on the links in the description below.